The day you stop caring what others think. When you stop living for others' approval, your real life finally begins. The day you understand that other people's opinions of you are none of your business is the day true freedom dawns. Learn to breathe your own air. Most people are too busy judging themselves to be judging you. Your worth isn't measured by likes, comments, or followers. It's measured by your peace. Buddha taught that attachment to others' validation is the root of suffering. The more you need approval, the less peace you'll ever find. Freedom isn't something you find outside yourself. It's something you uncover within. Stop explaining yourself. Those who matter don't need it, and those who need it don't matter. People will always have opinions. Let them have them without letting those opinions have you. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't shrink yourself to fit into places you've outgrown. What others think of you diminishes in importance when you realize how rarely they actually do. Most people's criticism is simply their pain speaking. Don't take it personally. The Buddhist path teaches that true freedom comes when you stop outsourcing your happiness to the changing opinions of others. Your peace is too valuable to be given away to strangers. The less you care about approval, the more freedom you discover to be yourself. Every time you people please, you abandon yourself. Is that really worth the temporary approval you receive? Stop crossing oceans for those who wouldn't jump puddles for you. Learn to disappoint others rather than disappoint yourself. The prison of others' expectations has no guards. You are free to leave any time. Let go of defending your image. It doesn't exist outside your mind anyway. The Buddha taught that all suffering comes from attachment, especially attachment to how others perceive us. Your reputation exists only in other people's minds, over which you have no control. So why lose sleep over what exists only in places you cannot reach? The moment you realize that most people's opinions of you are just projections of their own fears and desires is the moment you find freedom. Their judgments say more about them than about you. The need for approval is a prison with invisible bars. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment those bars disappear. Stop trying to be liked by everybody. You don't even like everybody. Your authenticity will naturally repel those who aren't meant for your journey. This is protection, not rejection. The Buddhist teachings remind us that nothing is permanent, including opinions. Today's criticism becomes tomorrow's forgotten thought. When you know who you are, what others think doesn't change your reality. Be a lighthouse, not a weather vane. Stand firm, regardless of which way the winds of opinion blow. When you fear judgment, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Usually, the answer is no. Your mental real estate is valuable. Stop letting critics live there rent-free. The opinions that matter most are the ones you have about yourself. Most people's criticism is autobiographical. It reveals their story, not yours. When you stop caring what others think, you start living from the inside out rather than the outside in. Buddhism teaches that expectations create suffering, especially the expectation that everyone should approve of you. No one sees the world exactly as you do. Why expect them to see you exactly as you see yourself? The moment you accept that misunderstanding is inevitable is the moment you find freedom from the weight of others' perceptions. Stop auditioning for roles in other people's stories. You're the main character in your own. The most peaceful people you know are those who have mastered the art of being misunderstood without feeling the need to explain themselves. Your worth isn't up for public debate. It's an inside job. The Buddhist concept of non-attachment applies especially to our self-image. Let it be fluid, changing, imperfect, just like life itself. When you release the grip of others' expectations, your hands become free to create the life you actually want. The opinions you fear most often come from those living lives you wouldn't want to live. Why value the judgment of those whose paths you wouldn't choose to walk? True freedom is understanding that you can be both criticized and correct at the same time. The sound of others' opinions becomes quieter the moment you start listening to your inner voice. In Buddhism, right speech means speaking truth with compassion. Apply this standard to how you speak to yourself about yourself. Give yourself the acceptance you've been seeking from others. The moment you become comfortable with being misunderstood is the moment social anxiety begins to dissolve. You are not responsible for managing how others perceive you. That's an impossible job description that no one could fulfill. The fish doesn't try to convince the bird that water is beautiful. Different perspectives are natural, not personal attacks. Buddha taught that we see the world not as it is, but as we are. Remember this when feeling judged. You will never be able to control what others think, but you always have control over how much power you give those thoughts. Freedom is not the absence of judgment, but the absence of its power over you. The most confident people aren't those who are never criticized, but those who have learned that criticism doesn't define them. The day you stop caring what others think isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about becoming centered and clear. It's about understanding that your value doesn't increase or decrease based on others' assessments. The Buddhist middle path teaches us to neither cling to praise nor avoid criticism. Both are equally empty of inherent meaning. Your worth is not determined by a committee, it's your birthright. When you finally understand this, you'll walk through the world differently. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. Let go of the fantasy that if you just get everything right, everyone will finally approve. Even the Buddha had critics. Your approval rating will never reach 100%, and that's perfectly okay. The freer you become from others' opinions, the more authentic your life becomes. Stop performing and start living. The moment you realize that no amount of people-pleasing will ever be enough is the moment you can finally exhale. The oxygen of authenticity fills your lungs when you stop holding your breath waiting for approval. True freedom is understanding that you can be both kind and boundaried at the same time. You can care about others without caring about their opinions of you. Buddhist compassion includes yourself. Are you extending the same kindness to yourself that you give to others? The anxiety of what others might be thinking is usually far worse than any actual judgment they're passing. Most people are too preoccupied with their own lives to be giving yours much thought. Their opinion is just one perspective among billions. Why give it special status? The path to peace isn't found in controlling what others think. It's found in controlling how much those thoughts affect you. You'll never please everyone, so stop trying. Instead, please the person who matters most, the one who stares back at you in the mirror each morning. Buddha taught that peace comes from within, not from external validation. When you truly absorb this wisdom, criticism loses its sting. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Remember this when feeling judged. You've survived every opinion that's ever been thought about you, most of which you'll never even know existed. Isn't that proof of how little they actually matter? Stop giving the passenger seat to people who should be in your rearview mirror. The Buddhist concept of impermanence reminds us that opinions are just temporary thoughts passing through temporary minds. Why build your permanent identity on such shifting sands? The moment you stop outsourcing your self-worth is the moment you reclaim your power. Freedom isn't found in getting everyone to understand you. It's found in being at peace with being misunderstood. You are not a product to be rated and reviewed. You're a complex, evolving being on your own unique journey. Those who truly belong in your life will see this without explanation. Buddhism teaches that attachment to our self-image causes suffering. Let your identity be as fluid as life itself. The most liberated people are those who understand that others' perceptions are simply their own projections. The paradox of not caring what others think is that it actually makes you more magnetic, not less. Authenticity attracts authenticity. When you release the exhausting performance of people-pleasing, your natural energy returns. This is the energy that draws the right people toward you and naturally repels those who aren't aligned with your path. The Buddhist concept of right effort applies here. Stop wasting precious life energy on managing impressions. Instead, channel that energy into creating a life that feels right from the inside. The day you stop caring what others think isn't achieved in a single moment. It's a practice, a path, a daily choice to value inner peace over outer approval. Buddha taught that liberation comes through consistent practice, not sudden enlightenment. Each time you choose authenticity over performance, you strengthen this muscle. Each time you allow yourself to be seen as you truly are, rather than as you think others want you to be, you take another step toward freedom. This is the path, walked one conscious choice at a time. True freedom isn't found in isolation from others' thoughts, but in peaceful coexistence with them. You can acknowledge others' opinions without being controlled by them. The Buddhist middle way teaches us to neither cling to praise nor reject criticism. Both are equally empty of inherent truth. Your worth exists independent of external assessment. It cannot be added to or subtracted from by others' perceptions. When you truly understand this, you'll find the peace that has been waiting for you all along, right where you already are. If this wisdom resonated with you, there's more waiting at Moonmind Temple. Subscribe now for weekly Buddhist insights that will transform your perception and bring lasting peace. The journey to true freedom continues with each new video. Join our community of seekers. The path is clearer when walked together. Subscribe to Moonmind Temple, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.